The shifting security architecture of Eastern Europe has precipitated a significant realignment in global defense procurement strategies, marking a departure from traditional reliance on Western European suppliers toward new manufacturing powerhouses. The decision by the Romanian Ministry of National Defense to acquire the K9 Thunder self-propelled howitzer from South Korea, rather than the geographically and politically closer German alternatives, represents a pivotal moment in this transition. This development is not merely a bilateral transaction valued at approximately $920 million, but a profound indicator of a structural change in the global arms market, where industrial capacity and delivery speed have begun to outweigh historical alliances and pure technological specification. For decades, the narrative within European defense circles suggested that European nations would almost exclusively source heavy armor from European manufacturers, with German industry serving as the undisputed leader. The Panzerhaubitze 2000, manufactured by Krauss-Maffei-Wegmann and Rheinmetall, has long been regarded as the gold standard for self-propelled artillery, boasting rapid fire rates and advanced automation. Consequently, the expectation that Romania, a NATO member sharing the strategic concerns of the European continent, would select the German system seemed logical. However, the selection of Hanwha Aerospace and its K9 Thunder system dismantles this assumption and exposes critical vulnerabilities in the traditional European defense industrial base. The primary driver behind this strategic shift is the urgent necessity for rapid deployment. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine has fundamentally altered the risk calculus for frontline NATO states. Nations such as Poland and Romania no longer view defense acquisition through the lens of long-term modernization plans spanning decades, but rather as immediate capability gaps that require urgent filling. In this context, the German defense industry has struggled with limited production capacity and extended lead times. Conversely, the South Korean defense sector has demonstrated an ability to maintain hot production lines capable of delivering high volumes of complex systems within months rather than years. The contract for 54 K9 howitzers and 36 K10 ammunition resupply vehicles is predicated on this speed, proving that in the current security environment, availability is a quality of its own. Critically, the technical comparison between the K9 Thunder and the Panzerhaubitze 2000 reveals that the perceived gap in performance has narrowed significantly, while the gap in operational suitability has widened in favor of the Korean system. While the German platform offers exceptional theoretical performance, reports from high-intensity operations in Ukraine have indicated that complex European systems can suffer from reliability issues when subjected to continuous combat conditions without pristine maintenance intervals. The K9 Thunder, by contrast, has been designed for the rugged, mountainous terrain of the Korean Peninsula and mass operational deployment. It represents a balance of lethality and durability that appeals to nations like Romania, which require systems that are not only technologically advanced, but also robust enough to withstand the rigors of sustained high-intensity conflict. Furthermore, the economic and industrial dimensions of the deal highlight a sophisticated export strategy employed by South Korean manufacturers that European competitors have been slow to emulate. The agreement with Romania is not a simple off-the-shelf purchase, but involves a level of industrial cooperation and technology transfer that integrates the buyer into the supply chain. By establishing maintenance, repair, and overhaul facilities within Romania, Hanwha Aerospace transforms a transactional relationship into a strategic partnership. This approach mirrors the successful model applied in Poland, creating a sense of ownership and economic benefit for the purchasing nation. European defense firms, often constrained by rigid export controls and a reluctance to share proprietary manufacturing technologies, find themselves at a competitive disadvantage against this flexible, customer-centric model. The geopolitical implications of this acquisition extend beyond the immediate hardware. The selection of the K9 Thunder by Romania effectively consolidates a South Korean equipment belt across NATO's eastern flank. With Poland already operating the K9 and preparing to manufacture the K2 Black Panther tank, and Romania now adopting the same artillery platform, a standardized logistics and support ecosystem is emerging in Eastern Europe that is independent of traditional Western European suppliers. This interoperability between Warsaw and Bucharest, facilitated by South Korean hardware, creates a new axis of defense cooperation. It allows for shared training regimes, pooled spare parts inventories, and coordinated maintenance strategies, significantly enhancing the collective defense posture of the region against potential aggression from the east. This development also poses uncomfortable questions for the future of European strategic autonomy. The ambition of the European Union to develop a self-sufficient defense industry is undermined when key member states bypass internal suppliers in favor of non-European partners. However, this is a rational market response to the failure of European industry to scale production to meet wartime demands. The Romanian decision serves as a critique of the peace dividend mentality that led to the atrophy of European production lines. Until European manufacturers can match the surge capacity and delivery reliability of their South Korean counterparts, the market share of K-defense products in Europe is likely to expand further. Looking forward, the successful introduction of the K9 Thunder into the Romanian armed forces likely serves as a bridgehead for further acquisitions. The roadmap for Romanian military modernization includes requirements for infantry fighting vehicles and main battle tanks. The operational success of the K9 and the established industrial infrastructure will make the AS-21 Redback infantry fighting vehicle and the K2 Black Panther tank compelling candidates for future contracts. The K2 tank, in particular, offers a distinct advantage over the American M1 Abrams and the German Leopard 2 in terms of weight, crew requirements, and suitability for varied terrain, combined with the proven ability to deliver units rapidly. It is also essential to analyze the role of the K10 Ammunition Resupply Vehicle in this package. Often overlooked in favor of the main guns, the inclusion of the K10 signifies a shift toward fully mechanized, automated logistics. This capability allows for faster rearming under armor, reducing crew exposure to counter-battery fire. By bundling these systems, South Korean industry provides a comprehensive artillery solution rather than isolated pieces of equipment. This holistic approach demonstrates a deep understanding of modern maneuver warfare, where logistics and sustainment are as critical as firepower. In conclusion, the entry of South Korean heavy armor into the Romanian inventory is a watershed moment that shatters the monopoly of Western European defense contractors in their own backyard. It is a victory driven by pragmatic realism. Romania faced a choice between a prestigious but slow-to-arrive German solution and a highly capable, immediately available South Korean alternative backed by robust industrial cooperation. By choosing the latter, Bucharest has prioritized combat readiness and strategic depth. For the South Korean defense industry, this confirms its status not merely as a secondary option for budget-conscious nations, but as a top-tier provider capable of displacing established giants in the most demanding markets. The success of the K9 Thunder in Romania sends a clear signal to the global defense market that the center of gravity for land warfare manufacturing is drifting steadily toward the Indo-Pacific, driven by an industrial machine that values speed, reliability, and strategic partnership above all else.